Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to Play by Email 6, turn 15. First of all, I want to invite you for a Twitch stream today at 10 p.m. GMT +1 or somewhere around that hour, so hopefully you can get there, and I hope this video is going to be uploaded before I actually will start. I'll definitely try to do it. Alright, and I'm going to start off with the comments first this time. Well, no, I'm not going to start off with comments. What I'm going to start off with is we've got an issue we need to discuss about, and that's the name for our capital. And yes, why I'm bringing this right now? Well, until turn 1220, as you probably imagine, if you read the rules, if you read the rules, you know that until turn 20, I need to make our first chronicle post on the forum, so basically describing our civ, that we planted a city, what's up with that, and so on. So what I'm asking to you right now, let's say for until turn 18, I would love if you could get, if you of course want to influence that, for example, get a name, propose a name for a city, for our capital, name for our capital. This way on turn 18 we could get a straw poll, and at turn 20 I'm gonna make the chronicle post. And also, if you do like to figure out a story about our civ, I also invite you to do so. Then we can maybe figure out a story behind our civ as well, and make that first post influenced by you. That would be awesome. So, name for our capital and story of our civ. That's what I would like to hear from you if you like to join on that topic. Alright, so let's start on moving first. I still want to figure out what's on the coast. I feel like this warrior is not gonna find too many cool stuff, but the quarry is done. Going for the silver, which is awesome. Soon it's gonna be tradition, so I actually will be able to buy the copper most probably, or get. It's kind of strange though. I'm surprised that culture borders of my city are going for the silver. That's amazingly good. That's just brilliant. I hope that switching to, alright, how many turns? 7 turns? But in 2 turns it's gonna be tradition, so okay, so we'll not discover horses before it takes silver, because if we're gonna discover horses and they're all around in here, probably the culture borders will change their mind and they will not go there as planned. Alright, keep on scouting. Barbs. First Barb camp. Wow, where is his capital? That seems sort of strange. I was really thinking he's much closer than this. We've got our first Barb camp, though it's on Germany's land, so he could farm that. The useful thing though, he needs to take a Barb camp to actually get the unit inside, so he cannot really farm Barb camps. Well, he can't do 2 things at the same time: pick owner and farm the camp, while at the same time, there it is. Alright, there's there's Germany. Alright, so he's on the coast, he's quite close. So next turn, if no barbs will spawn, I'm just gonna scoot around in here, get here, and circle the other way back to go towards this side. So we're gonna have this coast covered, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen next. Alright, so the capital is in here, most probably either here or I think somewhere around in here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles to go with the settler. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, it's the exact same distance from our capital, so it shouldn't be problems when it comes to some diplomatic talkings. Alright, let's check out the come on, how it's called, comments. Can I turn the comments on? Wait a second, not this one. I want this one. Because it's alright. Position. I need to change the position. I need to change the position of this window. Okay, and there we go. Okay, and it just needs to go up, up, and up. There we go. There's the comments. Alright, so first, Bossebus N. I kind of disagree with scouting Berlin first, as you are giving yourself no chance for any ruins going that way, since Germany's scout went northwest. You could have cut underneath Old Faithful towards the west to steal any ruins that come back to see capital. I think you should have. Well, yes or no? Well, I kinda don't agree with that. First of all, you probably know me. I'm not a huge fan of switching, like, hoping to get a ruin. Now, yes, ruins are cool, but you need to get lucky with them, you need to find them, and others, well, basically it's RNG, right? Ruins are RNG. Total RNG. And I don't like RNG, I like to stick to my plans altogether, and I do believe, though, early ruins are quite crucial to the game. Of course, they're quite cool, quite helpful, and could boost your early game quite a lot. I don't feel like I do want to change plans to this time in this game to actually have a chance to get ruins. Now, I do want to I strongly want to see Del's capital, and now scouting it this early could potentially, first of all, I can scout it, I can get there. Imagine he's gonna plant a city in here, he's gonna plant even more cities somewhere there, or there's gonna be barbs later on, and basically the tension between our civs gonna rise, so he will not, like, imagine Filthy Robot or Tony, if you know what I'm talking about, and imagine a scout getting to their land later on in the game, when they can actually do something about it. I would imagine the situation is kind of similar, though Germany is kind of friendly. Right now is the best time to scout the early games where the capitals of players. Now, first of all, I know where it is. I already see it. The culture borders are not that wide, so there's a potential to see the actual capital. Now, the vision of the actual capital is a huge information for me. Though this game is without wonders, I can see how much population he has in capital, and that's super important information for me, because I can check it out every time. I can see when he's building a settler or not. I can presume what he's doing. I can see how good his capital is, and so on and so forth. There's just so many reasons to scout the capital right now. On top of that, as I said, if he's gonna plant the cities in here and the Barb's gonna start roaming around, there's probably a chance that I will never get a scout there. So I want to get there ASAP. I'm even afraid right now that next turn the Barb's gonna spawn in here and this scout's gonna die, or will need to back up, and I will not be able to see Germany's capital. So I understand your point of view, but I absolutely do not agree with it this time. Alright, next one. Ike. Germany has 100% coastal capital. Yes, I like your plans. Cool. I'm happy to hear that. But I did find his capital, and it seems like it's in the same distance to the plant. Well, my planting spot is in the same distance that his planting spot. So question what he has in his capital, how he did plant it. So we shall see how that. And yeah, you're right. Geneva Monaco Peninsula should allow for a huge Barb camps, and maybe even for Barb camps that will be near borders, so I can block off that Barb camp and at the same time fulfill a quest for killing Barbs in those camps. Alright. Nick wants to settle on the gems. Land defense against Germany seems more important than frigate defense a long way in the future. Be a strong deterrent to Germany and settle on a hill behind a hill. Well, Nick, I gotta say that I don't agree to that. Now, there's several reasons that I'm going to try to explain to the first part. Having a good defense against Germany. Now, let me explain that. Let's take a look at this planting spot. If I'm gonna plant a city in here, and Germany has an advantage over me in army size, that this planting spot is beneficial for me, that I would say I would fail already with the game, right? Okay? So planting city spot here seems a little bit I'm not going to even try to say that word. Basically what I'm trying to say, if I'm going to plant a city in here with the idea that I want to defend better against Germany, I would say that if planting a city defensively against Germany will be needed, my game plan is already in a very, very terrible shape. Now, if it means that this city plant is helping me to defend against Germany's invasion, that means that I don't have enough land troops to protect my borders already, which means my city is already kind of doomed, and you still gotta figure out there's another civ nearby that will probably also get in here, and I cannot, like, this city is not going to be defended. So if this city will fall to Germany, this city will fall to Byzantine, most probably. And I would figure out that Germany has no intention to attack me early during those talking. He plants in the right spot. So I imagine land warfare with Germany probably will take time at some later hour. For me, for example, I would much more prefer to leave Germany for later, and having a defensive spot against ships that Germany will have. Now, look at this situation. Let's imagine what would happen in the future of this game. I'm keeping friendly relations with Germany, option 1. I keep friendly relations with Germany, and I try to expand to the west, and probably gonna meet a civ there. Now, if I keep relations with Germany, on a good relations with Germany, I'm theoretically free to wage war somewhere on the west. Now, there's gonna be a point though, since it's a domination victory, that Germany, as my closest neighbor, will try to attack me. Now, I'm gonna focus on land army, and land army most probably alone, maybe getting a couple of frigates to help out with the defense, but definitely not try to kill somebody with frigates. Now, let's look at the map. Now, I've got a city in here, and I do start, let's say I don't fight with Germany with chariots, archers, composites, I don't fight with crossbows, and we're fighting at the age of frigates, cannons, and musketmen, or samurai, or whatever, and he has frigates, right? So now he's got 2 coastal cities in here, which one is the capital, and I've got only 1 city in here that is so vulnerable to frigates, and there's no way to defend this city from naval invasion, that it just falls down to ships. So if I want to protect with a fleet, my fleet needs to get all the way around this peninsula to get in here. So I gotta agree. Of course, we can, as I said, straw poll it and talk about it a little bit, but it's cool to share ideas. I do like this city spot in here to have a very good defense against frigates, so I will not have to worry about frigates in this city whatsoever. I'm like, this city, 1 citadel, and like 1 shooting unit in the city, and frigates gonna just die. No way to take this city until battleships. So, and I do want to focus on land army, so this kind of flips my attention absolutely to land army that I do want to have. I think that's a wiser idea. That's my thoughts about that. Your worker has a lot of things to do beside mine. The gems, yeah, the workers got so much stuff to do in here. We did not discover the horses yet, so I do believe that after the shrine, worker is a must. I'm gonna make a straw poll probably in like 2 turns about the worker, while I will be making a straw poll probably about the worker and all the other stuff, but I think worker is like the most important unit I can get. I already have the scouting information I need, so the worker needs to start working the land, and I need to get 2 settlers as fast as possible, and then probably at least 2 or 3 more workers. I would imagine that's a good idea. Alright, and the last comment from the previous turn, knowing you are not Captain Butternut, knowing that you are on 1 continent, not setting the ultra vulnerable city spot, I will attract my exploration strategy. I agree with frigates for defense, but it was that gem city that made me worry. Yeah, so basically that part we've got covered in the previous turn. Alright, so I guess that's it for this turn. So yeah, have a nice day, have a nice evening. Try to join me on Twitch for the stream, and see you next time. Best wishes. Yoruus out.